Welcome to Anti-Anxiety Hour. I'm your host, Illicit Ghost. Found your music on the internet, and I couldn't get enough of it. Now I wanna have a little chat, wanna know where your head is at. I just wanna talk to you, find out more about what you do. I just wanna hear your view, tell me more about what you do. I'm a Illicit Ghost, I'll be your host cause it's my radio. I just wanna hear your view, tell me more about what you do, what you do, what you do, what you do, what you do.
Welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Here we are, another week has passed, and what a week it's been. At least for me, it's been very busy. I haven't had much time to relax, but this weekend I am taking time to relax because it is very necessary. Anyway, I hope everybody's taking care of themselves because you need to. Today, we have a very special guest, Satellite Mode. They just released their 4-song EP. It's called Robots vs. Party Girls. And one of the songs on the EP struck me. It's called Your Lungs, and it's actually featured on my anti-anxiety playlist. You can check it out there. I really enjoy the production and all the melodies on this track. Like, to me, it makes me feel that when the chorus comes, it makes me feel very free. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring in half of Satellite Mode for your entertainment. Oh, hello.
Oh, hi there.
How are you?
Amazing. Really great to see you. It's been
You too.
it feels like another universe last time we spoke.
I know, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, but this side of the universe is here, you know. I'm fine with it, I guess, for the time being.
Yeah, you have to be, you know? It's tough, but I wanted to thank you for coming on and for doing this. I wanted to ask you, for people who don't know, what is Satellite Mode?
So, Satellite Mode is a band. It's formed by Jessica. She goes by Jessica Carvo, and myself, Alex. And it started out as sort of just like a experiment to write music for other songwriters, and we wrote a song together that kind of had like a sound, and we're like, you know what, let's not give this to anybody. Let's throw this on the internet and see what happens. And we threw it on the internet, and the internet gave us some gratification and said, yeah, go for it, Satellite Mode. And we kind of followed that spirit and kept being in a band after that. So it's really 2 songwriters, 2 lovers of music, and 2 friends making music and kind of chasing the dream. So that's Satellite Mode in a nutshell.
Cool. So, what is your role in the band?
So I am a songwriter. Justin and I both write, so I'm one of the songwriters. And we also do collabs with other people. And my main role, though, is like producing the music. We definitely work with other mixing artists. We work with other producers, but sort of the sound, I guess, kind of comes from, like, that's kind of my role, is like shaping the sound of like the instruments and the production and like the vibe. It still like is a collaboration. Like Jess and I definitely like, you know, both do that, but that's sort of like more of my role in the band, is like kind of like, you know, the guy who's twisting the knobs and like, you know, producing the music and like pushing it forward that way. Yeah.
Cool. I wanted to talk to you about the song Your Lungs, which is on your EP. It just came out recently.
Yeah.
I was wondering what made you guys want to write this song, and if there was like a particular event or feeling that maybe inspired it.
Yeah, so that song was actually written by Jess, myself, and another writer named Holden Jaffe, who's in a band called Delwater Gap. And the theme of that song was suffering and like ga- gaining strength, sort of after like a traumatic event and kind of growing after it. Jess like had a specific event she was thinking of. Holden and I had a specific events that we were thinking of, but like we sort of wanted to drive it more of like healing after a traumatic experience, looking back and remembering someone or something in a positive way, and kind of like holding on to that special feeling that you've had, whether it's with like a relationship or like someone who's passed, and sort of keeping them alive through that feeling. And as it's evolved, it's sort of meant even more to us, especially like over the past couple months, like with the Black Lives Matter movement and George Floyd. We kind of felt like there was a lot of suffering being vocalized that, was always there. But it was specifically being vocalized during this moment. And we kind of felt like the song really spoke to that. And we decided to release it around that same time because we felt like it's a universal feeling that suffering and healing is a big part of suffering. You can actually grow stronger after. So that was sort of the theme of Your Lungs and where it came from. There's like a little hopeful tinge in that song that I think you could catch on to, that we kind
Yeah,
of were going for.
definitely. That's really interesting. I can really connect with that because for me, like, especially after, we all go through it, we all go through horrible times, and the first thing that I usually do is just like turn right to music and write about it.
Hmm.
Because for me, like, I don't know if there's any other way to like really express how I'm feeling, and I'm assuming that you guys kind of feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean that's our therapy. I mean, besides our therapists, but
Yeah, same.
yeah, besides the therapist paid to be our therapy, that is our therapy. I mean, and that's sort of why we do it. I mean, I'm speaking for. I guess I can speak for myself because Jess isn't here because of technology, and we don't know how to do that. But for me, I mean, that's why I do it. It's almost a release for myself, and also it's a hopeful a hope that someone could use that release to help their life, and like even if it's just like one person turning that song and being like, wow, that really speaks to me, that sort of changed even the 3 or 4 minutes that I was with you listening to that song. Like that's enough for me to keep doing it. And at the end of the day, that is what music's about. It's sonic therapy in a way, and I love when people see it as that instead of you know uh, pathway to fame or fortune. It's more that if you're given a gift of music, even if you're not, to be quite honest, writing poetry or sharing your thoughts and feelings with people and letting them heal through them is like one of the most noble things I think you could do on this earth.
Definitely. I mean, it's music is healing to so many people. It's really like just such a powerful tool. Um, and I'm glad that you guys were able to put, your feelings into that song because it really shines through and it really, I mean, I do feel hopeful after listening to that song.
That's
So,
great. Appreciate
yeah,
that.
it's a beautiful song. Um, I
I
wanted
even
to
got to
ask,
play sax. I even got to play a little saxophone on that one.
I was going to
Well,
ask if that was you.
yeah, that's a little saxy boy. Um, yeah,
Did you
I,
study growing up?
I actually that's the saxophone's kind of what made me want to do real music. It was I was like playing piano um, from like 6 to excuse me. Wow,
Bless you.
dust. Don't worry. It's just dust.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just a dust. I haven't dusted. Anyhow, I was playing piano. I was taking piano, like classical piano lessons, and like it was kind of like boring. And then I picked up a saxophone and started doing jazz. Went to jazz camp because I'm like super lame slash cool. I don't know if you would call it jazz
That's
camp,
cool. Come
but
on.
yeah, I went to jazz camp and essentially uh, found the spirit, as they say, and I learned how to improvise, and I took like all of that excitement from jazz and making up like solos and like sax solos, and I sort of turned into like the bands I was like really into at the time, and started writing songs like based on those bands on the piano, which was like at the time Green Day and the Beatles. So those are like two of my biggest
Nice.
influences at first, at least. So jazz camp, like thank you, jazz camp. I had a mentor, a music mentor named Keith, who really had a lot of faith in me. And like at the time, my mom actually couldn't afford jazz camp after this the first year, and he let me go for free because he's like, no, this kid's got chops, like let him go for
Aw.
free. And I still like thank him for that because he he kept me going. I would have been playing soccer or something.
God forbid. Right?
Yeah, you know.
Um, that's cool. I didn't know that about you. Oh, hold on, you're buffering. Oh, here we go. Um, yeah. So, okay. So then you're playing saxophone, and then how do you get into doing it into like more of like pop music and writing for yourself?
Yeah, it's sort of I took the improv and put it into um, the piano, and I started learning the guitar, and I just wanted to kind of put words behind it, and I just started playing in bands um,
I'm
technology.
losing you a little bit.
I Okay, cool. I think I'm back. I think I'm back. Cool. Yeah, so I was
Yeah,
playing
you're
in
back. You're
bands,
back.
and those like 30 improvs and put them into like full songs and compositions, and just kind of kept growing from there and composing on top of those. So it was kind of natural. I mean, you know, I had friends in high school too that like were all in bands and stuff, and just kind of like hung out with them a lot too. So it just kind of happened naturally.
Did you ever play a Battle of the Bands?
Oh yeah, of course. The battle of the bands we played. I grew up in Philly, and there was the TLA was like the venue, and I remember we're gonna play the TLA. And I was so pumped, and it was like a battle of the bands in front of like our like 16-year-old friends, and I was like jumping around the stage playing guitar, and we didn't win, but you know,
Nice.
but I got to play in a battle of the bands. Check that off my bucket list.
Cool. Um, I wanted to ask you a little bit about your experience with quarantine and if
Hmm.
it's affected your ability to be creative at all.
I finally settled into it. I We were releasing an EP this whole time, so it's been difficult, but it's also been like rewarding because we got to like kind of be that welcome distraction, if you will, to some people. Like hopefully they could like listen to the music and like be like, all right, it's normal. Like people are putting out music, you know. But we've been in really like release mode. Like our EP came out last Friday, so we've been like really in that mode and not as much creative mode because we had tours canceled. We were going to tour. We were going to play shows, and we were like out of the studio land. You know, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
shifting gears to Ableton Live. Let's figure this out.
Yeah.
So that
Were you
like
able
came.
to reschedule?
No, we just like they just said canceled. So we're just
Man, I'm sorry.
yeah, it's okay. I mean, it stung, uh, you know, right when it happened, but then now it's like kind of just like you know, it sucks because it's like one of my favorite things is to like I said earlier, like I love giving people like an outlet, like a therapeutic outlet, and I feel like live music is like for me, that's when I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about everything I'm stressed out about. I just remembered that there's this great vibe and this great band and this great singer and this great song, these great songs, and I just want to connect with that person and those people and the people around me, you know. And I feel like there's like a palpable spirit about live music that I really love that, um, you know, we're missing. But the cool thing about this EP is that we had like a band and like live performance in mind when we were producing it out. So like hopefully some of that spirit was like captured. It's not as electronic as like our previous stuff. So as far as like new music and being creative, um, I kind of wanted like a gear purge, not purge, the opposite gear. Like I put a Santa hat on and just like bought all this gear.
Oh
Um,
my God. Okay.
so like I have like so much new gear now, and like I went like nuts.
What's
But
your
one
favorite new gear?
my favorite new gear is the Ableton Push. I got a push, and
Okay.
I'm so into it. I've been meaning to like tape a video or a live of like myself using it. I'm like tagging them or something because they are cool and like hooked it up. But I love it, and it's really cool, and like it opened up my production mind in a way, and it made me a lot better at like programming drums and like percussion because it's like all in front of you, and like I'm learning a lot more about like sampling. And then I also started DJ. I got a DJ, a Roland 303, no, a 505 DJ controller, and I've been like doing DJ sets where I'm like sampling like satellite mode songs into like funk songs and playing like saxophone over it. And
Oh, wow.
yeah,
That's
so
cool.
yeah, so I've been like, because like we're thinking, Jess and I were thinking like if live music is going to happen, it's going to happen like outdoors at first. So if we could have like a cool DJ set that we can do, maybe we could get playing quicker. So we're trying to do this like flexi, like I'm like sampling on the Ableton Push, then moving. I don't know. I'm actually mostly doing the push. I'm trying the DJ controller, but I'm just like, it's not how my mind works. I'm not like a DJ,
Are
but
you learning like just from YouTube, or are you taking like online classes?
my friend who lives above me, it used to be a DJ, so he's like coming down and being like, "Sup, man? You want to get some DJ
Oh,
lessons?" And
wow. That's
like,
awesome.
yeah, so he's like kind of teaching me the ropes or the tables, teaching me the
Teaching
tables.
you the tables. Yep.
Yeah, he's table teaching. Oh, there he is, a little high there. Hey, Chip. Yeah, Chip.
Shout out to Chip.
Bow down to Chip. He's teaching me the tabes. So yeah, I mean, he's a strict teacher, but he's really into hip hop. So I've been learning more about hip hop. But I'm really into the funk thing. So like I'm like trying to like DJ that a little more. But we've had some really fun times. My girlfriend plays the flute, so she'll like play the flute over it, and that's really cool. So it's just like a big like we have like a really good quarantine situation. We have um, two of like my best friends above me, which are it's my girlfriend's sister and her boyfriend, and like they come and we hang and like they're really creative. Like Eliza, Chip's girlfriend does all the merch for Satellite Mode and makes all of the track art, and Chip is like this insane like secret musician now, but he back in the day he was like a real producer. Now he's trying to get back into it, but like he has a lot of knowledge. So I've been like getting that knowledge, and Rachel plays the flute, and I've been like jamming with her playing the flute, so I'm like pretty pumped about that. But
That's
anyway,
awesome.
so
None
creativity
of this would have
actually,
ever happened without quarantine, right?
none of it would have ever happened with quarantine. Flute DJ jams with Chip, Eliza, and Rachel would not happen. We got to do more of those. So it's been really cool, like creatively. And then Jess and I, as far as like writing for Satellite Mode, we've like finally hit this like really cool stride that I'm like really excited about with like the Google Hang writing sessions, and we're like um, making progress with like new songs, which like have been like kind of cooking for like years now, and like we're like really excited about those too. So DJ jams, still collaborating with Jess, and hopefully we have some more music sooner than later.
Cool. It all sounds pretty amazing.
Oh,
Got a
thanks.
lot going on, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I forgot. Like sometimes I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what does it all mean? And I guess
You
like
got it
talking
all
about it
figured
makes me
out.
feel better. Yeah.
You got like a satellite mode factory going.
I know. I've hired some workers, like
Yeah.
to chip like some free my free flute labor, my free
Yep.
flute labor.
Oh
But
man.
it's cool. It's been really great to feel that support too from everyone. So I've been definitely enjoying quarantine for all the moments you forget you're not feared. You forget you're not scared. You're creating music, and I've definitely been learning a lot too. Like I've been learning a shit ton, so it's been cool.
Cool. I wanted to ask you if you have a favorite thing that you do in order to manage stress.
Yeah, so every morning I meditate for 10 minutes. If I don't, I feel like I haven't brushed my teeth. So I use this app called Buddhify, coupled with another breathing application. So like basically it's like 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out with this like noise. It's like, and it's kind of like that. And,
Wow.
and I like learned how to control my breathing because I feel like my mind races. As you could probably, we've hung out. I'm not like a very slow thing. And I try to slow my mind down as much as I can. And so meditating and breathing have helped me with that. And then this month, as of this month, I started a journal, and I've been writing in my journal every day since. Let me look at the journal because it's in front of me.
Yeah.
6:23 every day since 6:23 ish. I mean, I might have missed a day here or there, but so it's almost my 1 month anniversary for my journal.
Aw.
Gonna have a nice candlelit fish dinner with it, and
You should. I mean, take yourself
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. A nice
Um,
journal dinner. So those are two of the
that's
things I do.
that's really good.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of discipline. I know for me, like meditation every morning, every night. The journal thing I just started doing a few weeks ago. It's
Hmm.
been super helpful.
It
Um,
is.
there's something about just like getting things like down on a page. It's like very cathartic for me. And I had never really done it in the past, and people have said, "Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it?" Never did it. And now I'm like, okay, let me just try. And
Yeah.
it actually works.
It does. I mean, when you don't get things out, what I've realized in this past month is that they just like boil around and bounce around in your brain, and they kind of like build up. So even if it's just like it's start like my first entry was like so philosophical and like trying to be like the deepest lyricist, in the universe, like trying to be like Bob Dylan meets John Lennon and like talking about like
Wow.
philosophy. And then like now I was like ate like it's in a month and I'm like ate dinner yesterday. It's pretty good. Could have used some salt. I'm like so
Yeah.
like it doesn't even fucking matter right now. But it's just the fact that I'm just getting it out and like making it a habit to get my thoughts down is really good. And if you go back and read it, it's pretty cool. You could like see like, oh, how was I doing like 6 Tuesdays ago? What was the vibe? Did I have a cool idea? And then I also started to get into pens. I've been like Amazoning the best pen. This pen's really sick.
Oh. What kind of pen is this?
It's a Pilot G2. Highly
Okay.
recommend. Yep, they're paying me to say this. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
They're not.
That would be awesome though.
Oh, I wish. I hope.
We need to tag them. Um,
Yeah, but no,
okay.
they're like $10 on Amazon. It's not like an expensive pen. But like I'm a Redditor. I Reddit a lot,
Yeah,
and
okay.
for some reason or another, there was like this comment about like, man, this Pilot G2 pen's great, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to get a pen for my journal. So I just like went on this pen search. It's really stupid, but
No, it's not stupid. It's like the little things that really help.
yeah. So I'm like pumped about this pen. But yeah, I mean, meditating, journaling, those are like the two big things for me.
Those are two very good things, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I have three questions that I usually ask everybody.
Okay.
Um, first one is, what song is your anti-anxiety anthem?
Anti-anxiety anthem. Um, to just chill out, lay down and chill out. There's a
Yeah.
there's a couple. I mean, the Beatles make me really happy. So like, um, I'd say like the last four songs on Abbey Road, the ones that all flow together, and then Air, La Femme Argent is just like the vibiest chill. If I put that on, I'm just like sinking into my couch or floor or like whatever. I just want to lay down. Like Air does that to me. I really like them,
By what
especially
artist?
Air.
Yeah.
AAR. It's La Femme Argent. They're
Okay.
French. Yeah, they're really really good. Anti-anxiety. Just the bass line's so smooth and like it never really resolves. It keeps building and it's like 6 minutes long and I really like it. So let's go with that one. Fuck it.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good to me. The second question is, what are you most grateful for today?
My family today. Definitely my mom, my dad, and my sister. Just making sure to keep in touch with them, ask them questions. My parent, I've been asking them a lot of questions lately, just about because I'm a first generation American. They came from the Soviet Union, and I've been asking them a lot of questions just about their life, and it's been really cool to like hear their stories and like how different the world was between then and now, and like it makes me feel better that like hey, things definitely change. So, and you know, the human spirit's very strong. So yeah, and my sister, she's essentially the one that introduced me to music. Really, like she was always showing me the cool bands, and so I'm very thankful for them. I'd say.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, thanks.
Family is important.
Yeah, you only get one.
That's right. Better do it right. You know?
Yeah, better do it right. They're your friends no matter what, which is really cool. You know.
Yeah. The third question is, what is your favorite thing in your room?
Like right now, there's this hat I'm really into. I could put it on, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. I think it's my girlfriend's mom's hat.
Oh,
But I'm like
wow.
really into this hat. I've been like rocking it lately.
You can totally pull it off. It looks
I'm
good.
loving the hat. I've just been wearing it. So
Wow.
new
Is that,
thing.
do you wear that when you're writing too?
Oh, I shower in this puppy.
Okay.
It doesn't come out. Yeah, I mean I've written it while writing. Yeah, it's not like I kind of mostly wear it when I go outside, but you know,
Yeah, it's a
why
vibe.
not? It's a
I like
vibe.
it.
Thanks. I got your approval.
Yeah,
Cool. All right.
definitely.
All right. Cool. I'll keep it on for the rest of the interview.
Yeah, please.
I don't know why I started without it. What was I thinking?
I know, right?
Wow.
God. We have some questions from the audience. One of them is, what has kept you going as a musician, and did you ever want to quit at one point?
What has kept me going? So that's two questions.
I guess
Just
it is
kidding.
two questions, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. What kept me going as a musician was the feeling I get from uh, making a great song. There's nothing like when it all just like comes together, or even when like it's not together yet, but you like hear the potential of it coming together, and you're like, that is what like we were going for. That's what I was trying to do, and it feels so good. I end up dancing. I have this dance that I do when it finally clicks, and I just dance, and I'm like, yeah. If I'm not like, I gotta be dancing on my own, or it's never gonna come out. That's what keeps me going. And then also just like the rush you get from like playing your music in front of people is sick. So like those two things. Um, Plus, I guess I love listening to music and being able to like take like I love bands and listening to music, new music, old music. I just love the art form. So being able to like add to that and like take what I hear and like put my own spin on it is like really, 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 really rewarding. So those are like three things that keep me going. Um, and like being able to like talk to people after I'm dead is like a heady thing. But, like having like some sort of way to communicate with people, even around the world, it's been exciting. That's not why I started doing it, but now it's like kind of cool. Like random people that you would never talk to, like
Right.
feeling, yeah, like
It's a whole new world that, you know, otherwise you wouldn't have seen.
yeah. So like fans obviously keep me going. Like people being really supportive, definitely. Um, so yeah, those things. But like the super like personal ones are just like the feeling I get like when writing and when performing, when it's like clicking is like really, really, really good. And the feeling I get from connecting with people and like spinning like a positive light into their life also, like it makes me feel like I'm not wasting my life. Like I'm doing something that's actually good for the world. It's a really good feeling.
Totally can understand that. Second question we have from the audience is, which artist is your biggest inspiration?
Yeah, I mean, it'd have to be the Beatles. But, you know, it really like, I've been listening to a lot of different bands like all the time, and like it kind of like it's like I have like a foundation in the Beatles, and then I like listen to other types of music along the way to like put my own spin on things. But yeah, I mean, like George Harrison, I didn't go that deep into George Harrison until recently. I'm like, holy shit, what was I thinking, you know? And whenever I like really hit a wall or something in writing or get writer's block, I'll just kind of like go back and listen to Beatles songs and be like, look, like, just like write what you feel, write a full song, you know, just like finish a song and feel good about it, you know? So I think they've been like the biggest inspiration on me, more than any other band,
Cool.
which is like every fucking human, but whatever. I'm not, I don't care.
You know what? When they're good, they're good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and like George Martin's a genius, and like Billy Preston on the keys late, you know, I play like, you know, I listen to like Billy Preston just rip solos over the Beatles songs and like, wow, I want to play like that, you know? So it's like, it's, there's just like, you could also trace, I was talking to Chip about this, my DJ mentor. You could
Yeah.
kind of like, you could kind of trace like every modern song to like a Beatles song at some point. Like you could like figure out which Beatles song it connects to. And there's no other band like that. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
really into it. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. Really
Thanks for
appreciate
having.
you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been great to like just hear more about the song, more about Satellite Mode, what you guys are up to. Um, and yeah, if you haven't listened yet, you can listen on my anti-anxiety playlist to Your Lungs. Also, Satellite Mode's EP is out now called Robots vs. Party Girls on Spotify, on Apple, every streaming platform you can think of. Check them out. Their Instagram handle is here at satellite.mode. And yeah, thank you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. Nice seeing you.
Yes, you too. You too. Hope to see you soon.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
Bye.
later. Bye.